Well, here we are. This is the front garden now. We've got the wall nearly up on the front, and this wall is going to be the datum for the rest of the garden. It's going to make us define the levels in the garden. So we're going to start digging it all off today. It's a perfect day. It's nice and sunny today. There's a bit of a bite in the air and a breeze, so that'll start breaking the soil down. But the soil is a little bit red, but there is a little bit of stone in there, but we're still going to dress it off on top, and this will give it a chance to start breaking down. Well, there he is, my boy. He's digging away there. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for everybody taking part in the channel and promoting what we're doing and sharing it with everyone. As you can see here, this isn't the best of soil, but it's very red, but it is quite stony in the soil, which is actually good. So we're loosening it all up. We're digging the foundations over on that side. You can see as we're coming across there, we've got a header course to go on the front there, so that level that needs to come up. But of course we've got all around the outer edges, the perimeters of the wall that we're going to have to fill up and level off. Then we're going to top dress it with a half decent topsoil on top. To grow a good grass, you don't necessarily need a great depth in good soil, but what you want is good aeration underneath, so the roots can push through, and they're going to be fine with this. So this is what we've done over three and a half days in theory. So that's it now, and let's see where we get tomorrow. Let's just hope the weather continues, the good weather continues rather. Well, we're back again, finished on a sunny day, finished early, but we made progress. We got the ground turned over. We didn't think we were going to get it all done this morning, but the ground's turned over and got the foundation dug. Would I have liked to concrete in for today? Yes, I would have, but it just didn't seem sense to run all the way back to the merchants and then run back up to get that concrete, simply because of the mileage involved in it. Well, the other thing, of course, is that we were able to see two clients this morning. And the first client was very interesting. She wants porcelain, and they've had an extension, and they want to extend the style of the porcelain they have in their kitchen, going through those bifolding doors and extending into their garden room. Whilst we were there, we had a good chat, but unfortunately her husband wasn't there, and I want to go through that whole process with him again. I want to reassure him and that they're fully on board. But it was amazing how much that she actually knew about porcelain and about building works in general, because they've gone through this process, and it's a learning day. Every day is a learning day. So we went to the second customer, and really inspirational again, and it was great. I met this young couple, and one was into the husband was into his photography. He knew his stuff, and the young lady there, she was absolutely inspiring. I mean, there was parts of her garden that was just extraordinary, and she certainly knew about her plants. She even knew her Latin name. Knew the Latin names to the plant, and they're not in the industry in general, but they love their garden. You could see there was a bit of class and quality, almost like I would compare her garden to someone like Bunny Guinness, the garden designer, and when she creates those little potages and how she mixes the plants, the herbaceous perennials and the evergreens with vegetables in the garden, and how it works. and there was a certain style about the garden, and I went along and seen them, and they suggested that they want to create a paved area. They had a water problem in the garden because the water was coming down from the house down a downpipe, and there was no drain at all, and there was a lot of green and moss, and that can be easily rectified. That's not a problem at all. But what I didn't want to do is to go along there commercially. Would it make sense for me to actually say, yeah, I have all that paving done, that's no problem at all, and build that wall, because it's a numbers game. But my work isn't about that, you know. And yes, you've got to earn money, but certainly I think I looked at that garden. They were a lovely couple, and we talked about creating nice little beautiful intimate areas in a wraparound effect through the garden, and creating some sort of meandering curvaceous shapes and getting some movement in the garden. And I think they really appreciated that, what I suggested, and as a result of it, I could have done a design for him, but I think she's got a future in the landscaping industry, in designing. So I think she's going to come up with a design for the garden, which is great. I'm going to go through and help them through the process. Even if I don't get the job, I'm going to help them through that process, because I think they were absolutely worthy of visiting, and it was massively interesting. It's great. You know, we've had a real mild winter. We've had a lot of rain, haven't we? It's been absolutely awful. But I've just sat here now with Bella. She wants to drink my tea, and I'm able to come back and get on with a few jobs in my garden. So I've been turning the border over, and the borders are absolutely really solid at the moment with all the rain that we had compacting it down. So I'm loosening it up now. I'm going to have to go through and weed it, of course, but getting the ground aerated now, which is so important, especially when you get the wind like this now. I'm just sat here now reflecting on today, and I always say this, going back over everything that I've actually done today, and I think one of the most important elements of when you go and see clients, you need to know what you're talking about. And you know, do I know it all? No, I don't, but I certainly, you know, I can talk about the things that I know about, and if I don't have the answers, I will get back to them with the answers of the questions that they may have about certain things. But it's so important when I've been promoting sort of these product knowledge days, like with Aeroboard and with Ball adhesives, and with Aspects, the jointing people, and you know, you need to attend these meetings if you're a contractor, and you know, you really need to know what you're talking about, and start to understand the products that you're using, because it's no good using products if you don't fully understand it, because that's when you get caught out, and your clients will appreciate it. They really will. Anyway, that's it for today. I'm going to try and get this vlog out. Thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate all of you getting involved and spending the time to actually watch the vlogs. Don't forget, please subscribe. You need to subscribe. It's so important that we get this information out there for the consumer and the contractor alike. Let's make this this world that we're living in, this contractual world with working with landscapers and contractors, let's make it a better place. That's it. Thanks very much for watching. If you need some advice in the meantime, go to the website, which is www.greentoplandscapes.co.uk, or you can give us a ring on 01633 896 007. You can follow us on Instagram or Facebook or even YouTube. See you soon.